test drive today, 1980 Pontiac Firebird. This is a base Firebird, not a Trans Am. Has a small block 350 under the hood. Some headers. Has actually a pretty nice V8 tone to it. It's painted not the original color in a light blue metallic. Don't know the exact paint code. Really, honestly, a really pretty paint color on this car. And it's complemented very well by a set of vintage Traeger SS's. Staggered. You got the smaller tire up front and some pretty good sized tires in the rear. They're 295 wide. So definitely fill up all of that wheel well. It's sitting on air shocks in the rear, so it does have a little bit of a rake. And right now they're set at the lowest setting, so if you really want to jack that back end up, you can jack this to the heavens as the vintage hot rodders would have back in the day. This does have kind of a vintage hot rod feel to it. So that paint, the Traeger SS's. Now the front end is sitting on adjustable coilovers. So this car does actually handle pretty well. Front end's nice and tight. Not really noticing any front end squeaks or rattles. It has been upgraded with 343 gears in the rear end, so my speedo is not entirely accurate. It's about, I think, going about 75 miles an hour. It's probably about 15 miles an hour off. It does have that really cool shaker hood on it. I always like that feature on these Firebirds. Or honestly, it's cruising straight as an arrow, holding speed fine, temperature's not getting too hot. I don't have any lights on it, at least it doesn't have a temperature gauge, but I have no lights on. Gas gauge works. It was originally an AC car, but does not have AC components installed anymore. The radio has been updated to a digital one, so an AM/FM tuner that does work. All my lights work, headlights, brake lights, turn signals, all that's good to go. Wipers work. It is a tilt steering car, which is always nice. The interior appears to be largely original and actually in pretty nice shape. It's also a T-top car, as you're kind of seeing as hand up, hands around, which is also nice in the summer. Cruising around the T-tops off, I think it's a really fun summertime cruiser. I mean, that's what the car is a driver quality classic. Runs and drives well. It is an older 350 crate motor. I don't know the year exactly. The block's been decked. Has a throttle body, or I guess a carburetor spacer. Some kind of old kind of period mods. But honestly, the car runs and drives great. It looks good going down the road. It does have a little bit of rust starting to bubble in the quarter panels. It's going to need some attention. But like I said, that paint is in excellent condition. Looks well, shines nice. I mean, like I said, this car's got great curb appeal. I'm sure it looks great going down the road. If you're looking for kind of a nice classic that you can just get in and drive,